Hey, what's up with Ego?
Greetings everyone, and it's time again for another video post. I promised an unboxing video this week, so you're gonna get an unboxing video. First off, I have gotten a new wireless modem thingy. So there's a company out there called Freedom Pop, who I had not heard of, that for the cost of buying the device, which is refurbished, I'll get to that in a minute. For the cost of buying the device, you can have a mobile hotspot with, I think it's 250 gigs or 250 megs of data a month for free, and they've got plans, I think, up to 2 gigs for a reasonable amount of money. It's certainly a lot less than I'm paying with Verizon. And it appears that the network is AT&T. So, yeah, I'm going to replace the 4G hotspot that's currently in my car with this, because I hardly ever use the hotspot in my car, and it's tied to my Verizon wireless account, which means when Verizon no worky, nobody worky. So, yeah, having something on a different plan is beneficial. And you can, I guess, I haven't really played with this part yet, but you can increase the amount of traffic. So if you're expecting to do a lot more traffic in a month, you can pay in advance, so that way it's flexible to my usage and things like that. So yeah, so the MiFi. So I have not opened this any more than to look and see if there was a MiFi in it, and there is in fact a MiFi in it, along with looks like they put a SIM in it already, and I'll block out the SIM serial number, but you know, the standard LTE SIM thing. Looks like I have manuals, which you would expect. Yet another USB wall wart for me to ignore, and yet another USB micro cable, which I will promptly put in my USB stash, and that's it. Now, again, I believe these are refurbished, and the reason why I say I believe they're refurbished is because when I first looked at mine, it is not perfect. It's got a couple little teeny little scratches on it. If you're really observant on the video camera, you can probably see the scratches. And the reason why I assume it's AT&T is that logo on the back, which pretty much tells me it's AT&T. So, like I said, I've charged it, and that's all I've done. So I'm going to turn it on, and for those of you who have never had a, I assume most of you out there, especially amongst my friend circles, have had one of these Novotel wireless hotspots before. The MiFi is a very nice little biscuit, and yeah, all the wireless you need in the palm of your hand, or in my case, in the box of my car, which is where they get lost until I actually need them. So yeah, I'm assuming it's gonna have some kind of setup process. Oh yeah, it's asking me what language I want to speak, English or French. Well, we'll do English. How to explain to connect to the Wi-Fi network? Well, yeah, if I don't know how to connect to a Wi-Fi network by now, we're all in trouble. Okay, so the password is simply Freedom Pop. That's nice. I'll have to fix that. And there we go. It looks like it's set up. And it's acting like the battery's not fully charged, but I left it plugged in for quite a long period of time. That's a little disconcerting. So I'm going to plug it into power right here. You might hear my Mac go ka-dink. If I can plug in the USB connector. I hate these teeny tiny USB connectors. There we go. Looks like it's got some things on it. Looks like it can. Looks like it can do text messaging built into it. That's kind of cool. The user interface looks very standard. Doesn't look like anything special. Hey, it looks like it's got a GPS receiver in it too. I wonder how that works. By turning GPS over Wi-Fi, you are agreeing to the GPS policy. Okay. Sure. GPS over Wi-Fi. Might be able to do something with that. Looks like I got a pretty strong signal. Looks like it's saying HSPA plus and not 4G. But being as as if you didn't tell, in my basement, that is totally believable. Especially for AT&T, which doesn't have the strongest basement coverage. Yeah, MiFi 2 from Freedom Pop. So that was one thing I got in the mail, and that was very unexciting, at least for me. Item number 2. Yes, the Loot Crate. So I'm like the last person to ever do Loot Crate unboxing videos. I don't know why. I've just never felt that impressed by Loot Crate. I've subscribed now for a long time. But it's never quite knocked my socks off, so I never felt it was anything worth opening up on camera. And this month looks like it's no exception. There's a Loot Crate. The theme this month was... What was the theme this month? Dystopia. Great. Just what I needed. Okay, well, first of all, the t-shirt. The t-shirt is, okay, RoboCop. I'm kind of okay with that. I will say this about Loot Crate generically. The t-shirts, in fact, I happen to be wearing another Loot Crate t-shirt as we speak. The t-shirts are all very high quality, especially as of late they seem to be made out of a nice, soft, almost microfibery material. But that's the t-shirt this month. Okay, RoboCop's cool. We kind of like RoboCop. What else? There is a Fallout. Oh, God. Okay, so I hate these things. As much as, if you look carefully, you might see a Funko pop up there, a Flash from Zootopia. I really, really, really hate these vinyl. I like vinyl figures in general. In fact, I've always been a fan of especially the J-pop vinyl figures, and I've had tons of them over the years. But these deformed, chibi kind of vinyl figures, I've never much been a fan of, and this is no exception. This is, as I've probably shown you, it's Fallout. Great. I actually am a fan of the Fallout franchise, yeah, I don't know how I feel about one of these. In fact, I do know how I feel about that. That'll be going up on eBay probably as we speak. Let's see. There is a Matrix puzzle. Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a puzzle. 300-piece puzzle. I don't know how I feel about that too. I assume that's what it looks like when it's built. And that's kind of a cool image. I don't know, maybe I'd put that together and put it on my wall. I'm not much of a puzzle person, but yeah, that might be okay, I guess. That's an okay. Oh, there's something metal in here. Oh, Terminator 2 metal thingy, and mine. Okay, now that's a dent in the. It's a metal Terminator 2 plaque of some kind. Okay, also not the franchise I'm the most famous with. It's really sharp edges. You'd think after the last fiasco with the oven glove, they'd be a little more interested in safety. But that's got really sharp edges. I don't know. It's kind of nice. I'm not a great Terminator 2 fan, but I guess if you're into Terminator 2, that's a thing. And a BioShock Infinite key blank. Is that what that is? That's a blank key. I wonder if that could be cut. I have a cat putting their paw, by the way, under the door to my basement, wanting apparently in. Okay. I'm gonna look at that in a minute. If that can actually be, if that's actually like a KW1 style key and you can have it engraved, that might be cool. And of course the infamous pin. I will say this about the pins. Some of the people whose YouTubes I watch, like Ashens for example, has been very critical of them over the pins. I've always liked the pins, even the old ones, which were not quite so good. These enameled pins are really nice, and I'm enjoying them. Excuse me, I had to sneeze there. Whew. Tree pollen. I have a tree pollen allergy, and I'm not quite sure what that's about. And of course, the book, the dreaded book, which okay, there's DLC this month for Fallout Shelter, wallpaper and ringtones from Fallout Shelter. Okay, that's kind of cool. Fallout Shelter's a game I've been playing a lot lately. And yes, they are key blanks. Get it to cut whatever lock, whatever door you choose. So I guess I'm hoping it's a quick set style key. It kind of looks like a quick set, you know, like a KW1 blank. I want to get my keys out and take a good look at how it's cut, but that actually might be a cool thing. That's kind of it for the Loot Crate. So, what do I think? Well, I'll be honest with you. This is going to be my last Loot Crate for a while. As I've said, I've been a Loot Crate subscriber, oh gosh, I think before I had money for Loot Crate, really. One friend paid for a subscription for me way back when they were relatively new. I think back in 2013, I think even. And I don't know. Originally, it was kind of it was a really cool thing. Some of the early franchises, like I think they did a video game themed one, which had like a video game theater DVD in it, and those were really cool. Lately, they all seem to be really hit or miss. They either seem to be, I love everything in the box, or I love nothing in the box. And I'm thinking back to, oh, by the way, little note. Dollar Tree has these. Yes, you heard me right. Dollar Tree has mugs that say Nerds Rule. Yeah. It's very rare that a dollar store is going to get a plug in one of my videos. But, well, I'm going to go grab something here real quick as I get up from my chair. So, just over the last, I don't know, 6 months, I guess, of Loot Crate, this is all of the crap from Loot Crates that I have zero interest in. I mean, there's a Hulk figure from a few months back. A Deadpool figure, which actually, to be honest with you, I'm not a Deadpool fan, but this is actually a really nice figure. So they actually get points for this one, even though it's in my junk box. They did a box a couple of months back that was all Walking Dead stuff, which wasn't all Walking Dead stuff, but you know, there was one of these little Walking Dead blind packs, and yeah, the soap on a rope with the ears, and okay, that was kind of, I felt that was kind of meh. So that box was a bit of a dud. There was a Harley Quinn comic, which I don't know. Comics aren't really my thing, or at least they haven't been in about 20 years. Yeah, I'm getting old. And as comics go, this was kind of cool. But it seemed really thin for a comic. So I don't know, but yeah, that was a thing. And let's see, what else is in here? Oh yeah, they love sending these Mighty Wallets. I've gotten 2 or 3 of these over the years. And this is Superman versus Batman, I think, or whatever. I was kind of, I don't really need a wallet, so it wound up in the box of stuff to give away. And another one of these blind packs. This was from ABP, and another one of those chibi kind of figures. By the way, if anybody out there in internet land actually wants one of these things, by all means, leave me a comment below, and we can work something out. So yeah, this is all stuff that over the years has over the months, I have no interest in it. I have no interest in it. It's just been sitting here in this box here in my room, taking up space, and yeah, I know I could eBay them and probably make a penny, but that's just it. It's what am I going to eBay it and make maybe $50 off everything in here, tops? And then I've got to deal with PayPal, and don't get me started on PayPal. Yeah. And it's not just Loot Crate that does this. I also subscribe to Birchbox, which I haven't gotten one in a while, and I've actually kind of put that on hold for a couple of weeks, so I may not get one until August. But I have mixed feelings about that, too. Birchbox, man. Some things I get from Birchbox are awesome, and I love it. There's a deodorant that I got from them, like, I don't know, 3 or 4 months ago, that a little sample-sized deodorant has lasted me months, and it's awesome, and I'm going to order more, but I got to run out of it first. Guys, you did too good of a job. But this is an example of something that they did. They packed in one of these fancy candy wires cables 1 month. And great. I mean, frick, this was worth the cost of the Birchbox alone. Except it's got a lightning connector on it. Homie, don't do Apple products as far as phones. I have a Mac computer. That's about as far as Apple I go. So this has already been promised to somebody. Otherwise, I'd say, you know, available for shipping, but it's already been promised. So yeah, so that's kind of my general take on a lot of these subscription boxes. I've loved them over the years, but I'm kind of growing tired of them. I am going to maybe in a couple of months, maybe as summer winds down and I get bored, I might subscribe to a couple of them. There's a couple very specific subscription boxes that I'm interested in. I've seen there's one that has like nerd or DIY kind of projects in it, and they're kind of sort of designed for teaching kids science. And, well, you know, I'm just a big kid with disposable income. So, yeah, great. I might subscribe to that one. But I think I'm kind of done with the blind boxes for a while. But hey, if anybody wants to sign me up for one and send me one and make me happy, and I'll open it on camera so everybody can see. How does that sound? Does that sound like a deal? One more unboxing. Now this requires a little bit of explanation. So one of the great things about owning internet domain names is you get some of the most interesting junk mail sent to your domain address. So I got this the other day. And by the way, if you want to send me something, there's the P.O. box to write to. And I know, you're thinking, wow, somebody sent something overnight. Yeah, no, they didn't. Just spoiler alert. And I'm like thinking, oh, great. Somebody really wants my attention because they went through the trouble of making a fake FedEx-style overnight envelope. I'm thinking, okay, who can this loser be, right? Would you care to guess who? If you guessed Comcast, you're right. Can you see the vein in my neck starting to throb a little bit? Comcast is one of the most hated companies in America. And this is why. Somebody at Comcast, if anybody watches my video, please pay attention to this. You want to know why you're the most hated company in America? It's because you do sleazy shit like this. You know what kind of people send letters like this to my domain name box? Yeah, people that are trying to scam me out of my domain and of my hosting provider's web hosting. So you have just put yourself in the rank of some of the sleaziest people on the internet. and you wonder why you have an image problem. Comcast, stop this. I beg you, if you have any hope of ever being respected as a company, stop this. Stop sending people mail that looks like could be something important when it's just a solicitation for their business. This is not acceptable, guys. This is why you're one of the most hated companies in America. Companies that are worth their salt don't need to descend to this level. If your product didn't suck, people would be glad to sign up for your service. You wouldn't have to hide behind an envelope, making it seem like it's more than it is. And don't even get me started about what the environmentalist hippie in me wants to do to you right now, thinking about how many millions of these you've sent out. Because I know you did it indiscriminately. Why? Because who in their right mind sends mail to the Mayonnaise Liberation Front? I mean, really, you just scanned the database and sent one of these to anybody who's renewed a domain name or has one going up for renewal in the last 6 weeks. Okay? Stop this. If you're an executive at Comcast, or even if you're a peon and have the ear of somebody in upper management, this is bullshit. It needs to stop. So, sorry, that was my rant for the week. Seems like I seem to be doing one of these a week. So, that's my video for the week. And this is going right where it belongs, right out to the recycling bin outside, where hopefully at least somebody could use it as a fire lighter. So, that's it. And I will let you know how the MiFi works. And we'll be watching my bandwidth usage on it on the mobile. And maybe I'll have a little more about the Wi-Fi in next week's video. So, yeah. Nerds rule.